Back at it like a crack at it, automatic like a foamatic, built from tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Time Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with a dash. 2025 won't last, so we're gonna do this real fast. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday, man. It's Good Friday. Good Friday is coming up. We've been talking about Easter a lot. You know, the Lord moves in mysterious ways, man. He be moving me in this thing that we be doing. Yeah, we've been talking about Easter a lot. So I say Good Friday all the time, but Good Friday is coming. Good Friday, Passover. It's in April. You know, anybody did you guys know why all of the fast food places have fish this time of year? You know, well that's something very interesting that I learned. It's a lot of nature sounds of nature out there this morning. But yeah, did y'all know why sup? I don't know how you pronounce your name, man. You know I'm dyslexic, but good morning. How we doing? Yo, is that English? Did you know why a lot of the fast food places have fish this time of year? It has a lot to do with biblical reasons, fasting and Lent. And as we talk about Good Friday, it's actually an observance. You know, Jack in the Box, Burger King got their fish right now. Arby's got their fish, but this is not all year. They don't have fish all year long. So I remember somebody talking about Ramadan. I think I was watching Peaks. Peaks was talking about Ramadan, but Easter is coming up. And one of the things that coincides with Easter, besides Good Friday and the celebration, and, you know, I've been talking about the story of Barabbas and what actually happened on the day of his crucifixion, about it being a holiday, about the Pharaoh giving the people a choice, about how the clergy, the Jewish clergy, wanted to crucify Jesus. The Pharaoh didn't want to be the one to make the decision, so he gave a choice to the people because it was the Pharaoh's birthday, which made it a holiday. So the people had a choice to act. Jesus could have went free. Jesus could have lived. In the story of the Bible, a lot of people don't read it, but Jesus could have went free. But the people had a choice between Jesus and Barabbas. Barabbas was a murderous, felonious thug, but he was popular. Let's compare Barabbas to Tupac. He was a Tupac-ish type of character, right? A thug, but the people loved him. Very attractive. For some reason, the people loved him. So when the Pharaoh said, okay, you can have this person who's been known to do miracles, who calls himself the Son of God, or you can pick Barabbas to live and not be crucified because my birthday is a holiday. And the people said, give us Barabbas. The other day when I was doing my podcast, I talked about when the people said, give us Barabbas. So the reason why we got fish at all of the fast food restaurants and only in this time of year, because you might like the Jack in the Box fish sandwich, but you may have never known. And think about this. This is in a country where we take away Starbucks. We don't call it holidays anymore, right? Starbucks can't have a holiday cup, but fast food chains observe Lent. This is an observance of Lent. When you have fish sandwiches at this time of year and only this time of year, it's religious. And no one ever talks about it. Like, you never say, hey, Jack in the Box, hey, why all y'all only sell the fish sandwiches once a year and this time of year? It's religious. What's up, everybody coming in? Thank y'all for coming in, man. Did y'all see Elon Musk on Fox News, man? So, hey, Elon Musk been in the news. Doge has been in the news. Doge to the moon. Any crypto guys in here? Where my crypto guys at, man? How much Doge do you own, man? What's the new cryptocurrency, man? You know, I'll be watching my brother, man. My brother be telling me about the good crypto. I don't even want to say some of the names he be talking about, man. But my brother, Black Ram 313, shout out to Black Ram 313. He be giving us some good crypto knowledge, man, on some of these coins and what I'll be learning about crypto. I really learned from that channel. So if y'all want to learn more about crypto from a good brother, they got a Patreon and they be talking a lot of good stuff about you coming in from where? From Crimea, Russia. Salute to you all the way from Crimea, Russia, Siberia. Man, how y'all find my channel, man? Like the button, hit the like. You double tap the screen to like. All of y'all in the chat right now, double tap the screen to like. If you're on your computer, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Man, salute to y'all from wherever y'all from. So Elon Musk is from South America, right? Does anybody know in the chat? Anybody ever put Elon Musk in Wikipedia? The Elon Musk parents, where's because you know the Dutch settled South Africa, right? So is Elon parents and grandparents Dutch? You know what I'm saying? Or do you know whether or not Elon Musk has a heritage outside of Dutch or something? What is that? Western, Eastern European? You know what I'm saying? Uh, so hit the like button, double tap, hit the like button. We're gonna get into this Elon Musk and the Doge team opening up the playbook for the first time and some more interesting things. So what we learned when first Doge was first created, we learned about 100, how old? 120-year-old people, 130-year-old people. There was a graph. Almost, I think that somebody was 200 years old that got Social Security. Just to let people know why they created Doge, what Doge is going to be doing. Now, as I listened to this interview, and one of the things I took away, like I tell you guys a lot, I worked at Kaiser, I worked in, I'm a project manager, and I worked in healthcare IT, logistically creating workflows and videos, transitioning hospitals from paper to electronic documentation, like going paperless, basically, right? I assisted high-level facilities and going paperless. Like you have to go department by department, and then the financials after the inpatient, outpatient orders, lab. It was very complicated and involved. It started with Barack Obama and the Affordable Care Act. What's up with my brother Kia Ran? Finally caught you live, man. Hey, man, Kia came back to the chat, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like, double tap, hit the like, share, and subscribe, man. So yeah, man, we talking about Elon Musk opening up the Doge playbook, man. So I know a lot of people been upset with Doge, but what it is this what we've been talking about. We've been talking about the propaganda, man. We've been talking about the propaganda when it comes to the media, and a lot of people are lacking understanding when it comes to Doge. So why do we need Doge? And then I thought everybody was excited in the beginning because you got Trump actually doing so much work, right? 130-year-old people shouldn't be getting Social Security. You know what I'm saying? And as we get into the interview, you're going to see more of what Doge found. Now, as someone who is, you know, I'm on a lot of people talk about the two Americas. You know what I'm saying? So these, like the other day, I said Trump is a billionaire. Trump's children will never go to a public school. When we talked about the Department of Education and why Trump is doing this and Trump's care and concern for the American child and the future of America, because his children and grandchildren will live in this country, right? So I said Trump's grandchildren will never go to a public school. So why is Trump so involved in the Department of Education if he doesn't care? Because people want to act like there's some draconian thing going on and Trump doesn't care. What you're going to hear is themes espoused by the Doge Committee. These are billionaires, millionaires, and businessmen. And what the question keeps coming up is, why did you guys decide to do this? One gentleman said, I have five successful companies. I have 5 successful companies. I left that. Elon Musk has SpaceX, Tesla. You know, he could be focusing on flying to Mars, flying cars, but he's doing Doge. So let's take a listen to some of the things, because I want y'all to check this out, and then we're going to react to it. Some of the hot takes.
7 members of the Doge team sit down for an exclusive Fox News interview, giving a behind-the-scenes look.
Shout out to everybody coming in. Hit the like button. Double tap Lisa Jones. Double tap. Hit the thumbs up if you're on your computer.
Reduce the spending by eliminating waste and fraud. Reduce the spending by 15%, which seems really quite achievable. Well, this is a revolution, and I think it might be the biggest revolution in government since the original revolution. But at the end of the day, America is going to be in much better shape.
At Social Security, one of the first things we learned is that they get phone calls every day of people trying to change direct deposit information. So when you want to change your bank account, you can call Social Security. We learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
What we're doing will help their benefits.
Just right there. Like, How many people with grandparents with Social Security, you take them to the Social Security office and you like, who sent the cash out? KNC in red with the $4.99 cash out. Thank you, brother, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for your support. It means everything, man. Y'all do like Ken, man. Hit the cash app. If you don't hit the cash app, double tap the screen. Hit the like button if you're on your computer. KNC in red said it's the most electrifying chat room guy in all of YouTube. KNC in red in the building. Let's get that boy some. The most electrifying chat room guy in all of YouTube. Can't see it red in the building, baby. I don't know if you're on your lunch, man. I know you've got your promotion. I know you've been working hard. It's Friday. It's Friday. You know, we started off the podcast talking about Good Friday, man. And I was explaining to people about why you see a lot of fish in restaurants right now at Jack in the Box, Arby's, Wendy. Everybody got a fish sandwich. And we've been talking a lot about religion. And somebody asked me earlier, was I religious? And I'm a spiritual person. But I like, you know, I just like knowledge and I like sharing knowledge. That's why I had this platform. So I just wanted to ask my audience, did you know why the fast food restaurants only have fish this time of year? Because I was talking about Good Friday. I started talking about Easter is coming up. You know, I have children. I'm excited about Easter. My daughter wants a pretty dress. And I just was wondering in the chat how many people knew that the reason that fish is sold in fast food restaurants this time of year is an observance for religion. You know, they tried to separate us from God and country. I've been talking about God and country, but you have to be the person who, like what I learned from my grandmother is you have to seek God. You have to seek out salvation. You have to seek out intelligence, right? Intelligence just doesn't fall upon you. Knowledge just doesn't fall. You have to seek knowledge. Remember all those martial art movies we watched when we were kids about finding oneness and finding knowledge. You have to seek knowledge, seek salvation, seek spirituality. So when I noticed that the fish sandwich went away, I started questioning, doing research, and I was very surprised because Starbucks can't sell their holiday cup. You can't have Christmas and Walmart anymore, but you have fish only a certain time of year. And a lot of people don't know it's an observance of people religious practices. Ash Wednesday, Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is about Ash Wednesday, and you have Lent. You know what I'm saying? We might do a little something on Lent, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Yeah, man. Next time you go to Jack in the Box or wherever you go, ask them, why do you only have fish this time of year? Because you would think America's not a religious country. In the past 4 years, they completely left conservative, religious, traditional practices. You know what I'm saying? And when the Dems was in office, they completely left conservative principles, conservative, traditional, spiritual. This is what America is built on. That's why I say red, white, and blue, God and country is linked together. You know what I'm saying? And they totally left that. And one of the beautiful things, I got people in here that say they're from Serbia and from Russia, Croatia, and Ukraine. One of the beautiful things that gets why people want to come to America is because in other countries, you don't have the freedom of religion. Remember what I said the other day? In America, you can be whatever religion you want, but one of the most beautiful things is you can choose not to be religious. In some countries, you have to go to mass. You have to pray. In some countries, you got to pray to the east 5 times a day. You don't have a choice. It's a Islamic country. Not in America. Not in America. You could pray 5 times a day, or you could choose not to. You know how powerful that is? That the government can't make you pray. You know how, because that happened with the Catholic missionaries in the Philippines, why Filipinos got the last name Sanchez, and why Filipinos are Catholic, why South Americans are Catholic and speak Spanish. Hello? Why do Mexicans speak Spanish? It ain't Mexican. Why do Mexicans go to Catholic church and speak Spanish? Why South America speaks Spanish and go to Catholic church? Because for a time, they didn't have a choice. When the Catholics and the Spaniards came on horseback, they conquered them and forced them to be Catholic. They forced them to pray to their God. They didn't have a choice. I just want to give you, Spain conquered the Philippines. I just want to give you an example of places where you didn't have a choice. They would cut you off at the knees. They would cut people's legs off and make them kneel. Yeah. Yes. Catholic missions, priests, Spaniards. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that? Why some of the most beautiful women in the Bay Area, I'm from the Bay Area, because I got Filipino family, cousins, some of the most beautiful women you're going to meet, Filipino, and Filipinos marry Mexicans because it's both Catholic, similar backgrounds. Some Filipino Mexican women, some of the beautiful women you're going to meet, Catholic. And it's because of what X3 said. Spain conquered the Philippines and South America. So let's get back into Doge, man. Let's get back into Doge, man. So, I have my grandmother passed away, but I've been in the Social Security office, rest in peace to my grandmother and my mother. And all of us have been frustrated about how antiquated the Social Security office is. And one of the first things the brother just said is that, a lot of people get a new bank account, we go into digital. And the brother said is the Social Security office gets 60% of the phone calls are fraud.
What we're doing will help their benefits. Legitimate people,
we learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
What we're doing will
That's
help
sad,
their
y'all.
benefits. Legitimate people, as a result of the work of Doge, will receive more Social Security, not less.
There are over 15 million people that are over the age of 120 that are marked as alive in the Social Security system.
Okay, 15 million people. 15 million people that are marked alive. Where's the money going? I always say, what happened to Hotel? Shout out to RSD50 that he said he was in Serbia. Thank you for the cash. Thank you for the super chat. 15, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of money. What the question has to be for those of us who are concerned is where's the money going and where has it been going? How long has this been going on? Okay, great. Doge is doing this, but where is the money going and how long has it been going there? So Doge is going to stop it, right? So let's everybody clap. Doge is going to stop those 15 million people, dead people, from getting those checks. I need to know where has those checks been going and how long have they been going there? That's a boondoggle.
There were some great people working at the Social Security Administration that found this 2008, and nothing was done. And so 15 to 20 million Social Security numbers that were clearly fraudulent were floating around that can be used only for bad intentions.
There are different IT systems today at NIH.
700 different IT systems.
IT software systems. They can't speak to each other.
So they don't talk to one another.
We have 27 different CIOs. And so when you think about making great medical discoveries, you have to connect the data. It will make science better, not worse.
There's $500 billion of fraud every year. There's hundreds of billion dollars of improper payments, and we can't pass an audit.
How much? Wait a minute. Did he say billion? How much?
Here, there's hundreds of billion dollars of improper payments, and we can't pass an audit.
About making great medical discoveries, you have to connect the data. It will make science better, not worse.
There's $500 billion of fraud every year.
$500 billion of fraud every year. Like, I live in California, man. The homelessness is crazy. Vallejo, we have bankrupted cities in America. We literally have bankrupt, like if people from other countries come visit here and they talk shit about our country because Detroit, Vallejo, name somebody else in the chat, name some other bankrupt cities. What is that city that they bombed out during BLM? That city never got rebuilt. Remember Chaz, that city that the Democratic governor, the Democratic mayor just let the people take over, people got hurt, and they never rebuilt that part of town. They don't have the money. They don't have the money for police. And here is the money that we could be using to hire police officers, to rebuild America, to fix the water in Flint, to fix the water in Alabama, to fix the water in Mississippi. Remember the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi said we have a $1 billion problem with the water. So the water issue is not just in Flint. Let me explain to you a little bit about Biden was supposed to be doing the Green New Deal. You know what happened with the water and the power grid in Texas is that no one has updated the water treatment plants or the power grid since it was built in the 1950s. We got SpaceX. We supposed to be doing flying cars. We got mind control, quantum computers, but no one has rebuilt the electronical grid or the water treatment plants. So we working off 1950 technology. That's how you got lead in the water. That's why we got kids that's not doing well, and the investments are not being made where the investments need to be made. And the mayor just came out and said, I can't fix the water in Mississippi. The same thing in Flint, because the problem is 100 years old, and it's going to take a federal overhaul of the entire country's water treatment plants. Look what happened in Eaton, California, when the fire broke out. No one knew. I mean, people died, whole $1 million community burnt down, and then we learned there was no water. And we're like, wait a minute, California don't have water, but there has to be some water. Well, there was water, but there was no way to house the water, so Gavin Newsom had to throw the water out. And when they went to the fire hoses, wasn't working. They don't tell you a lot about the fire hoses not working, but the infrastructure, it was not in California. Just like in New Orleans with the flood, with the infrastructure, with those levees, hadn't been fixed since the 1950s. Well, in Los Angeles, in Eden, they didn't have an infrastructure for water. And no one knew till people died. And we are finding out that 15 million people have been getting Social Security when they're already dead. $500 billion in overspending, but there's no water in California. There's no clean water in Flint. There's no clean water in Mississippi. People froze to death in Texas. People froze to death in Texas because of an antiquated power grid. And everybody doesn't understand why we need Doge. What did Biden do for 4 years? I told you we were at war for 20 years. Biden was supposed to come in and rebuild. We focused on an Iraqi and Afghanistan war because we were attacked on 9/11. And just like Israel, we felt like we had to make sure Americans were safe. So we went to war in Iraq. We went to war in Afghanistan. You asked us for our sons. We sent our sons overseas. After those 2 wars ended, you left Afghanistan with your tail in your hand, and then you took all the focus and the money and put it towards social justice issues. And America's falling apart. This is why we have Doge. X3 Info said, that ain't just average scammers. That's well-orchestrated funnels. Correct. Somebody would have said something about it years ago. Correct. How long has 15 million dead people been getting payouts? And where did the money go? I'm happy that they're going to stop it. But some of us want to know a little bit more. Where has that money been going? Thank you, Elon Musk. Stop that 15 million people from receiving checks that they shouldn't receive. But who was receiving them, and for how long, and how do we get that money back? That money needs to go to our grandmother. That needs to go to X3 grandmother. That needs to go to Ken's grandmother. Perfect. My name is Perfect, man. I got that nickname in the Black manosphere. This is the Perfect Timing Podcast. This platform is called Top of the Morning from an OG perspective. Today, what we're doing is we're listening to Elon Musk's Doge team open up the playbook on the things they found and the tactics that they've used.
There's hundreds of $1 billions in improper payments, and we can't pass an audit.
I need everybody, all 21 people, to hit the like button. Thank you and appreciate you. Happy Friday. I need everyone to double tap the screen if you're on your cell phone. If you're on the computer, hit the thumbs up.
Great team there. Joining me now for the rest of the program and to cap off Young Conservatives Week is the host of Outkicks. Tommy Lauren is fearless. Tommy Lauren is here. Tommy, great to see you.
What? It's going to go bankrupt. So I was so happy they addressed that.
Tommy Lauren, good old Tommy. We love Tommy. Don't we love Tommy? I love Tommy. She's gorgeous.
7 members of the Doge team giving a peek behind the curtain of President Trump's cost-cutting department.
It was amazing.
Yep.
You got to watch the whole thing. The team consists of a wide range of experts, including a former rocket scientist. You think he'd be qualified to fix the government, and I believe he is. And one of the co-founders of the runaway success Airbnb, a billionaire who's donating his time.
The Doge team also consists of engineers, and they all have the same goal: to slash wasteful government spending. Watch.
Well, this is a revolution, and I think it might be the biggest revolution in government since the original revolution. But at the end of the day, America is going to be in much better shape. America will be solvent. The critical programs that people depend upon will work, and it's going to be a fantastic future. But are we going to get a lot of complaints along the way? Absolutely. One of the things I learned at PayPal was who complains the loudest and with the most amount of fake righteous indignation? The fraudsters. It's a tell. These NGOs that are crazy, like the $2 billion for Stacey Abrams' NGO that basically didn't exist, and suddenly gets $2 billion awarded from the federal government. Why?
Whoa, Stacey Abrams, $2 billion NGO. We listening to that again. Who knew Stacey Abrams got a $2 billion NGO? And it doesn't, wait a minute.
It's a tell. These NGOs that are crazy, like the $2 billion to Stacey Abrams' NGO that basically didn't exist, and suddenly gets $2 billion awarded from the federal government.
Now you know why, like X3 said, that's orchestrated. So wait, where is the money? Where is the money? That ain't $1 million, that's $2 billion. Where is the money? I want the money. We want the munions. $2 billion for Stacey Abrams, and she didn't win. She's never going to win. Stacey Abrams is never going to be in politics. She's never going to be governor of Georgia. She's never going to win. Stop shoving these people down our throat. If we wanted Stacey Abrams, we would have voted for her. We don't want her in Africa. We don't want her on BET. We don't want her. What do you say? I do not like him on the bus. I do not like him on the train. I do not like him on the plane. I do not like him in the car. I do not like him there and far. I do not like Stacey Abrams, Sam I Am. I do not like them. God, dog. Oh, man, I was going in. Hey, this I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you, man, this YouTube shit ain't shit, man. Thank you, X3 Info. And you know what? I would cuss out everybody who left, but PTP, BD, BGP in the building. How you feeling? How you live? I'm doing good, man. I know you're live. I got my notification. I clicked the notify button. It said 5 o'clock, 3:30. BDBG going live with tell them what you got going on at 5 o'clock. BDBG, that's my fellow YouTube brother. He got the debate, the battle of the beats, a lot of different things for the grown and sexy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we on the West Coast now. Okay, he said we on the West Coast. The coastest with the mostest. My brother gonna be doing the show. Make sure y'all tap in, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Not in the car, not in the tree. Sam, let me be. We don't want Stacey Abrams, man. Come on, man. Let's listen to that again, man. Stacey Abrams got $2 billion, and we never knew about it. You know why we never knew about it? Because they was going to run her for governor again. They was going to run her for governor again. They was going to find a way to install Stacey Abrams and pressure black men to vote for her. Hey, black men, if you don't vote for Stacey Abrams, you don't love your mama. Didn't you have a black mama? Where's your black mama? Black mama. Blackity, black. Your black mama. You didn't love your black mama. Who is mama? Ain't his mama black? Blackity, black. Ain't his mama black? I can't stand a black man who don't love a black woman because his mama black. Blackity, black. A mama black. Mama. The hell out of here. Your mama black. Your mama. They was going to pressure you to vote for Stacey Abrams again. They were going to ridicule you into voting for Stacey Abrams. Yeah, they were going to ridicule you, pressure you, ostracize you. Y'all seen it. Mothers telling their son to get out the car. Wives telling their husbands to sleep in the garage. They were going to pressure you, ostracize you, and ridicule you. No, but now, you know what you tell your wife? Baby, where my $2 billion? You want me to vote for Stacey Abrams? Where that $2 billion at? Battle of the Beats Tag Team Tournament 2 this Sunday on the Debate Table podcast. They go the link right there in the chat. Make sure y'all click the link and subscribe. I'll be there. You be there. Don't be square. Stacey Abrams, $2 billion. Shut the front door. Shut the front door.
It's a tell. There's these NGOs that are crazy, like the $2 billion to Stacey Abrams NGO that basically didn't exist and suddenly gets $2 billion awarded from the federal government. She has why? And there are many such cases like that.
I love that he brought that up. Just love it.
It's true because, the more and more we discuss this, I'm like, do these people think we're stupid? I mean...
Yes. And they wanted you to vote for the Democrats. If you don't vote for me, you not black. Is that all I got? That's it, Biden? If you don't vote for me, you not black. I need $2 billion. If you don't vote for me, your mama not black. If you not vote for me, you not black. That's what we got. Get your booty to the poll. They had strippers. They had strippers telling black men to go vote Democrat. They had strippers telling black men to go Democrat. D.L. Hughley ridiculed Barack Obama. Barack Obama called you a pookie. Barack Obama threatened to go get Big Mama Michelle. Big Mama. Barack Obama said, you don't want me to get Michelle, your black mama. You don't want me to get Michelle. Mama, they ain't voting Democrat. Mama, I just voted Republican. And I'm gonna do it again. Yes, I'm gonna do it again. I said, Mama, I voted Republican. And I'm gonna do it again. Yes, I'm gonna do it again. I said, Mama, I vote Republican. And I really don't give a damn if your black ass don't understand. I said, Mama, I vote Republican. But your mama black? Your mama black. How you gonna vote Republican? How you gonna vote Republican? Your mama black. Get on my nerves, man. It's America. I talk every day about the freedoms, the gifts, the freedoms. I just talked for 10 minutes about Lent, about fish, about the Spanish Inquisitions, and shout out to X3 Info, about the Spanish conquering the Philippines and why Filipinos have Sanchez and Fernandez as a last name. How the Spanish cut them off at the kneecaps and made them kneel and pray to a Catholic God. And what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna cut me off at the kneecaps? You gonna make me pray to the black mama? You gonna make me pray to the black mama God? Or you gonna put me in jail? You gonna flag my channel? You gonna call child support if you don't pray to the black mama? Pray to the black mama God. Pray. Bow to the black mama. Bow to the black mama God. Don't make no sense, bro. They don't understand America, bro. Yo, you gonna make me bow to your God. I don't get the privilege of being American to satisfy your broken characterization of what a black man is supposed to be. I'm American, sister. I have a choice to be Baptist, Muslim. I have a choice to date white, black, purple, green. I have a choice to vote Republican, Democrat, Independent, or not vote at all. And D.L. Hughley and nobody Whoopi Goldberg can tell me jack snot about who and if and what I'll vote for, because this is the red, white, and the blue, baby.
And somehow they all link back to Democrat organizations or Democrat donors or politicians.
So Doge savings so far, they say, and you can go on the website, doge.gov.com, $130 billion. Their goal is to save $4 billion a day, and they are doing it. They're talking about systems. And when it comes to talking about modernizing systems, think about it. You come in, you're there 2 years, maybe 4 years as Treasury Secretary. Once in a while, you stay the whole time. There's no motivation to reform.
The two improvements that we're trying to make to Social Security are helping people that legitimately get benefits, protecting them from fraud that they experience every day on a routine basis, and also make the experience better. And I'll give you one example is at Social Security, one of the first things we learned is that they get phone calls every day of people trying to change direct deposit information. So when you want to change your bank account, you can call Social Security. We learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
40%.
That's right. Almost half.
What we're doing will help their benefits. Legitimate people, as a result of the work of Doge, will receive more Social Security, not less.
You've heard a lot of news about rifts, about people getting fired. At this moment in time, less than 0.15, not 1.5, less than 0.15 of the federal workforce has actually been given a RIF notice.
It's incredible.
Who could be against this, you guys?
He said, I want to pay less taxes. I feel like we're overtaxed too. But you know what, Jay? U.S. Air Force, thank you for your service. We pay taxes when we buy our eggs. We pay taxes on the gas. We pay taxes when we buy the car. We pay taxes when we pay the car insurance. You know, in California, there's a law that mandates, which is not constitutional. I don't think it's very American. Just like this is what plagued the Affordable Care Act. In California, there's a law that mandates that you have to buy car insurance. So I believe we're overtaxed. But you know, I was watching Candace Owens the other day. Candace Owens been doing some great work. And she was talking about the JFK files. And I was listening to something on JFK, and I remember that famous speech that JFK gave when he said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And it got me emotional, bro. Because, you know, I'm 45,000 years old, a little bit older than most people in the chat. I remember when I heard that speech as a child in school, and I remember how it made me feel. And I was like, bro, we really need that in America right now. That sentiment, I don't know when the last time someone said it. You know, JFK speeches, when I was a kid, used to hear Martin Luther King speeches on the radio. On MLK Day, you would hear a JFK speech on the radio. So it was in your lexicon, and they put it into, we didn't need CRT. America did the job of making sure you remembered these great people and what they did. So I remember when he said, ask not what you could, like you went to the Air Force. That's a huge sacrifice going to the military, and I thank you for your sacrifice and your service. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Hey, some days I don't want to be on YouTube. When I heard that, it just motivated me to keep doing what I'm doing, because I know some people don't have time to do the research. Some people haven't had the intellect or the IQ or the education. So I feel like it behooves me to come on here and give my shtick. And for those people who are busy paying bills, going to church, watching kids, loving their wife, loving their God, doing the conservative traditional things that most Americans do every day. Because if not, how do we pay our rent? How do we pay the cable bill? How do we buy the iPad for our kids? Huh? Because all of our kids have iPads and iPhones. So most Americans go to work every day, pay their bills, love their kids, love their wife, love their God, go to church, and they buy their kids the iPhone. It might not be the best thing. That's why I'm here educating you on why it's a social media feed. And I tell people to be cautious of what they're feeding your children via the social media feed. It's a reason why it's called a timeline. Be careful the time spent on these devices and apps. All of us are giving a limited amount of time. It's called a timeline for a reason. It's called a social media feed for a reason. You should be in charge of what's being fed. This is why I love Doge, Donald Trump, conservatism, and Republican, because I like the Department of Education. You should be in charge of what's being fed mentally, spiritually, and physically to you and your brood, to you and your children, to you and your household. You know what I'm saying? I remember Will Smith, he's on $1 Million Worth of Game. I like Will Smith. I always looked up to Will Smith. One of the things Will Smith said to me that touched me, I was watching the Nickelodeon Awards with my son, and Will Smith said, I'm here in this position because two things. He wanted to tell the kids that you can be here if you do these two things. He said, every day I read and I run. How many people know that Will Smith was going to go to MIT? Will Smith is a genius intellect. If you listen to his early music, if anybody, like they shit on everybody that they can to not make you go after the right things in life. Will Smith, with that submarine Nickelodeon award, he said, every day I read and I run. I knew Will Smith had got accepted to MIT. I know his intellect because I followed him from the beginning. And if you look at his calculated moves throughout his career, then you can really see that intellect. Read and run. Great advice, bro. Great advice. Let's get back into the Doge. Let's get back into the Doge, man. Because earlier I was talking about
well, we engineered a fast, reliable.
We heard about Social Security, but they were talking about the SBA loans. And I don't know how many people have ever applied for a business loan. So the information that they reveal on the SBA, and it's so obvious when you're I don't want to bring race into it, but because white men deal with this too. But because the bureaucracy, this is what I say a lot to my white brothers, the fucked up part about effed up part about some of these things is when they do the corruption, they don't write black into the corruption. So that's why Donald Trump's misdemeanor got turned into a felony, because the corruption that when we allow the erosion of the system and the erosion of our rights to occur, and particularly that erosion only affects a certain population of people. So everybody else is okay with that erosion because it hasn't affected me. My water is okay. I don't get arrested by ugly police, so I'm okay with that erasure happening in the way people are implementing the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. But then all of a sudden, there now is a pathway. There now is a pathway because that erasure has happened, right? The corruption has taken place, and the corruption didn't have a color on it. You know, racism is a way to distract you. That erosion, that corruption didn't have a color on it. So now there are corrupt people in the system, and all you need to do is funnel the person that you want to get. Look at what's happening to with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and how they're trying to use that same corrupt system to sue and take away the movie from another white. So it doesn't matter color anymore. So this corruption has taken place. So they could take Donald Trump to court in New York and take a crime that's a misdemeanor that had never been tried as a felony, and say to a corrupt judge in a corrupt system, Judge, I know this is a misdemeanor, but allow me to argue that we can, if you let me put forth my ideology that this is not a misdemeanor, that there was some collusion that happened in the background. I don't have any proof that that collusion existed. But if you listen to me expound on my vast imagination, then we can take this misdemeanor to 36 felonies, and they got a conviction. They got a conviction. It was a misdemeanor. They came up with a fantastical dreamscape, an imagination of the district attorney's mind. It was an imagination, but there was no facts to support upgrading a misdemeanor to 36. They wanted Donald Trump to have a felony. 36 felonies. It wasn't a felony, it was a misdemeanor by any standard, because Michael is the one who paid Stormy Daniels. And they argued, and the judge agreed. See, this is the thing where I said the corruption don't have a color. See, typically that would never happen to a white billionaire. This is why Doge is so important. This is why everybody want to know why the white billionaires are concerned. It's because what happened to Donald Trump. See, that typically would never happen to a white billionaire. That erasure, that erosion of rights, that erosion of rights, that corruption never affected white billionaires, right? Everybody knew the system was corrupt, antiquated, broke. We need more help. We need more district attorneys. We need more qualified. We worried about pilots. We need more qualified lawyers. We all knew that, but it never affected the white billionaire. And all of a sudden, we all watched what we've seen happen to our cousins and nephews who may be innocent, who go into the criminal justice system and they get jerked around. And we like, well, this is what I pay my tax dollars for. I didn't pay my tax dollars. Where's the justice? All of us every day in inner cities, we're asking ourselves, where's the justice? We see the corruption every day. And here's a white billionaire for the first time feeling the effects of the corruption. And Trump is pissed. That's why Trump took away the pardons. This is why Trump wants to go after the J6 committee, because how did I go from a misdemeanor to 36 felonies? If this is happening to a white billionaire, what's happening to everyday Americans? What's happening to everyday taxpayer going to work every day? You have no chance against this a corrupt system that can take a white blue blood billionaire and take a misdemeanor and turn it into 36 felonies. You have no. This is what Jonathan Majors misdemeanor. What he got convicted of? Misdemeanor. They argued to make a felony charge. They didn't get the felony conviction though. They didn't get a felony conviction on Jonathan Majors. It was the same corruption. The corruption doesn't have a color. So when it happened to Jonathan Majors, it was blackety, blackety, black, 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 even though the DA was black. When it happened to, the guy running the office is black. The guy who did it to Donald Trump is black. When it happened to Jonathan Majors, we didn't look at the corruption. The Doge committee is exposing the erasure and the corruption. But when it happened to Jonathan Majors, we didn't look at it because it's a black man. But when it's a white billionaire, wait a minute. How do you take a misdemeanor and argue it to be 36 felonies, and then you don't even have proof? So the judge gave special instructions to the jury. I don't know how many people paid attention. I think this is Trump. I don't know how many people paid attention. I don't know how many people care about really. The Doge thing is serious to me. The fact that there's corruption in the government, I deal with it. A lot of us on the lower end of the financial spectrum, we see the corruption every day. So if you're wondering why billionaires are concerned, it's because corruption doesn't have a color and it's coming into their purview. I mean, Teslas are being destroyed. The corruption is affecting everybody. My wife said these two worlds are converging.
As I talk to each other, then you can exploit that gap, and fraudsters exploit that gap to take advantage. If, for example, there were over $300 million of small business administration loans that has been given out to people under the age of 11.
Well, actually, to add to it, it's 300 million under the age of 11 and over 300 million to over the age of 120.
Definitely
small business loans.
Correct.
Yes. The oldest American is 114. So it's safe to say if their age is 115 or above, they're fake. Or they should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And we should not be giving out loans to babies. So the youngest recipient of a Small Business Administration loan is a 9-month-old, which is a very, very precocious baby we're talking about here. So obviously it was just fraudulent. And they do terrible things. They actually will see that a kid's been born. They will steal that kid's social security number and then take out a loan and leave that kid with a bad credit rate.
Now, shout out to all the Hotep Egyptologists. One of the things that happened in the Hotep, I always say, what happened to Hotep? I thought Hotep was great. They made people look at birth certificates and look at the paper that the birth certificate comes on and say your birth certificate is printed on the same paper that money and T-bills and things like that is printed on. Just look at the bottom. And when you're born, a bank account, and everybody said this in Hotep for years, and everybody like, oh, yeah, you can access the bank account. Now, here it is, Elon Musk. He is South African, Dutch descendant, and he's running a Doge operation. And then he's unknowingly, I don't know if Elon Musk understands really what he's doing, right? For all of those people who always was trying to teach people about the birth certificate and the bank accounts that's attached to your social security number. And all of us heard it during the Hotep popularity, but a lot of us didn't. Like, we go to work every day, we pay our taxes. I'm not trying to get free money, and I don't want to bankrupt America, so I don't understand what it kind of makes sense. I look at the birth certificate, I do see what they were saying, but I don't know how to go to a bank and access money, and I don't know who's opening up a bank account in my name when I'm born. I don't know how my social security number, but I understand what he's saying, and it sounds very interesting. How many of us have listened to that podcast where there's a brother that looked like me and he's talking about the birth certificate and he's talking about social security and he's talking about how you have money when you're born and he's talking about stock exchange being linked to births in America? How many of us have seen that? It's been around for years. So here it is, Elon Musk, Doge. I'm going to play it again. And Elon Musk is saying that, and I don't know if he knew that he said what he said, because first he said 9-year-old, 8-year-old. Then he said the youngest person is 9 months. Now listen, he said the youngest person with an SBA loan was 9 months, but then he slipped up and said that when people are born, that there are corrupt people who get their social security numbers when they're born and open up loans when you're born. See, this is what I wish we were better as a community on YouTube, because everybody don't cover the same thing, and YouTube silos us. So at this time, I wish I could share this information with some of those Hotep Egyptologists about what Elon Musk just said about how loans are being opened up for babies when they get born. I didn't make it up. We're going to listen to it again. We're gonna listen to it again. It's not me. Tell me if you hear what I heard. Am I muted? You know, sometimes I go to mute, but everybody's been being very kind by telling me when I mute up accidentally.
So obviously it was just fraudulent. And they do terrible things. They actually will see that a kid's been born. They will steal that kid's social security number and then take out a loan and leave that kid with a bad credit rating.
Did you hear what I heard? Did you hear what I heard? Did you hear what I heard? I didn't play the whole thing. Let's play the whole thing. Did you hear what I heard? That's basically what I said in recap.
So it's safe to say if their age is 115 or above, the age of 11.
Well, actually, to add to it,
exploit that gap, and fraudsters exploit that gap, take advantage. If, for example, there were over $300 million of a Small Business Administration loans that has been given out to people under the age of 11.
Well, actually, to add to it, $300 million under the age of 11 and over $300 million to over the age of 120.
So that's $600 million in total.
Definitely
small business loans.
Correct.
Yes. The oldest American is 114. So it's safe to say if their age is 115 or above, they're fake. Or they should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And we should not be giving out loans to babies. So the youngest recipient of a Small Business Administration loan is a 9-month-old, which is a very very precocious baby we're talking about here. So obviously it was just fraudulent. And they do terrible things. They actually will see that a kid's been born. They will steal that kid's social security number and then take out a loan and leave that kid with a bad credit rating.
Who is doing that? Just like Extra Info, who is doing that and how long they've been doing it? I'm so happy it's going to stop, but who? And where's the money? Who's been doing that? How do you know it's been getting done? Who's been doing it? Who has been done to? Can we fix their credit? Where's the money? Golly. 300 million to children, 300 million to dead people. 300 million to children, 300 million to dead people. And then he messed up. I don't think he meant to say what he said at the end. He messed up and said, they are people stealing social security numbers when you're born and opening up loans when you're born. Who is doing this? Because when black men were on YouTube telling us that this was happening, nobody believed them. I didn't even believe them. I did not believe all that social security mumbo jumbo. Get your social security, get your status correction. I did not believe them. I did not believe them. Elon Musk just said people steal social security numbers from newborn babies and get money. Anybody tried to get a loan in the chat? Anybody tried to get a loan in the chat? I had to present blood. You got to piss in the cup. How the hell does a brand new baby get a loan? Who's processing that loan paperwork? How does millions of babies get loans? You know how hard it is for a black man to get a loan? You know what they make you go through? And my grandfather was in World War II. It's hard to believe that a baby got a loan, that a 9-year-old got a loan, that someone that 120-year-old got a loan. How, like X3 Info said, this is ultimate corruption. This is a pipeline. This is a design. This is when you talk about millions of people and billions of dollars, this is a design. This is what you call a funnel. People are funneling money out of the federal government. This is not, oops, I'm sorry. Oops, I did. Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another. No, this is by design. Think about that, bro. Jackie said, I'm not sure on this. It's been rumored, but I don't see how they can get past systems. I agree. I don't know, but the billionaire just said it's happening. And he said, look, he made a mistake. He made a mistake when he talked about the newborns. See, all of us understand corrupt systems, and I work in IT. So I know that you could just ignore the fact that someone died, or I even have family member where I call, think about okay, let's take all the spookism out of it. Let's deal with real life situation. I had family member die, intimate, close. I called the government about some bills and transactions and said this should stop because the person is dead. They did not know. And I had to prove that they were dead. This is how the system on Social Security, I don't know if there's an office, and they're going to talk about it, that goes into the deaths. Most times you have to call and tell Macy's, JCPenney, and then they make you provide a death certificate. This is why people be paying money for the death certificate, because this is the way it's set up in America. The systems don't know, because we used to be on paper. We changed over to computers. The computer system don't talk to the old paper system, so nobody knows when somebody dies. I'm sending out that bill because I can borrow on that bill. You know how GNC and credit collections work? I can sell your debt. I can borrow on that debt. That debt is money. Debt is money. So I don't care if your grandmother is dead and she had debt. Yeah, legally I got to, but I don't have to if you don't call me and tell me and you don't give me a death certificate. I am rolling that. I am folding that into my billing and budget when I do my IRS tax filing. I fold all of that in. Nope. I got this, but these people still owe me billions of dollars. It don't matter if they did, because they ain't told me they did. How do I know they did? The IRS don't know they did. The only people know they did is they people, because they ain't told them. Think about this. How do people know you're dead? Has anybody dealt with a grandmother or mother passing away recently? and had to go get a death certificate and supply it to somebody so they could stop billing you? Because we have two worlds converging, a paper world and a digital world. Like, okay, so if it's 2025 and my mother dies in 2025, what if I'm a 20-year-old and I've never gone downtown to that department? I don't know about death certificate and paper. What do I do if I have an iPhone? My ID, my cell phone, my credit card, everything is Apple Pay. How and why do I have to present a paper? I'm digital. I'm Web 3. So you're telling me if my mama dies in 2025 that I got to go get a piece of paper? I got to go get a piece of paper? But they bill me via my phone. I could pay with my phone. But if my mama died, I got to go get a piece of paper and prove to them that she did. That kind of don't make no sense. I hope they get exposed. Kesha been turning the cable on her. Keisha been turning the cable on in the baby name for 100 years. Hey, shout out, hey, Jackie, that's my brother, KNCA Red. He's a motherfucking comedian, and that's a good answer. Jackie said, I don't know how they get past the system. And Ken said, Keisha been turning on the cable and Kiwan name and little Pookie name for over 50 years. That boy good. That boy good. That boy good. How do you get past those intricate systems? Kids say, man, Keisha been turning on the cable and little Ron name for the past 50 years. Little Ron got cable bill, PG&E. Little Ron got the water bill. And little Ron got an SBA loan. Shout out to Keisha and little Ron.
There's literally a baby. The terrible things are being done is what we're saying. And how we're stopping these terrible things.
And you can stop it? I mean,
well, we are stopping it.
The reason this is happening is because the two systems are not talking to each other.
Yes.
Right. And so you don't know at the Small Business Administration that you're giving a loan to a 9-month-old, which happened in one case, because you're not cross-referencing that with the Social Security Administration data that has birth dates. So that very, very simple fix eliminates tremendous fraud. And that there are multiple systems across the government where the systems are not speaking with one another. And if you just solve that simple problem, you would solve a huge amount of fraud.
Now, do you think that's by accident? I just told you I was part of the committee that transferred the hospitals from paper to digital. Do you think that's by accident? And how long have they known about this gap? There's a huge gap. If you work in IT, if you work in logistics, if you've done anything implementation like this before, because we've been doing this for the past 20 years in America, we have been transitioning systems off of paper to digital for not just hospitals, but everybody's been doing it. Basketball, you know what I'm saying? Lawyers, law offices, everybody's been doing it. Police departments, everybody's been the military bought a system. You know, we've been going paperless for the past 20 years. So how long do you think they've known about this gap? There's a name for this in the IT world. There's a name for this. There's a name for these gaps. It's not like we're not even creating. You know how sometimes when you find a problem, you have to create a name and new terminology. There's already names and solutions for these type of problems because we've been going paperless for the past 20 years. Just the government is antiquated, but we've all known that because we go to the DMV. Is anybody in here really listening? That's why I'm the host. We all go to the DMV. I don't have enough likes. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, and double tap the screen. We all go to the DMV. We realize how antiquated systems are. Why are we filling out any paper at the DMV? Why am I not just giving a tablet? Why is there not kiosk? We don't need 50 people in the DMV anymore. We don't need all those people in the DMV. The DMV needs to be reorganized. It's the same DMV from when we first built the highways. Do y'all understand that? We got the same Department of Motor Vehicles from that your grandparents had. We got electric self-driving cars. Why do we have the same DMV? Why are we waiting in the line? There should be kiosks. There should be a DMV kiosk at the Walmart. There should be you remember how we had red box? We should have DMV red boxes everywhere you go where you can pay your registration, which is too much money. Where you can get your license renewed. You don't need all those human beings at the DMV. Why are we still on paper at the DMV? It's for corruption and money. The Department of Motor Vehicles is not a federal or state entity. It's a private corporation that we contract. Did y'all know that? You don't even have to have a license. That's some more Hotep stuff too, when we talk about all this stuff. So the DMV is not really part of the state or the government. So the DMV should not be the same DMVs from the 1950s because they make a lot of money. Why haven't the state or the feds forced the DMV to go completely digital and paperless? Why? Think about it. It's 2025. NVIDIA is talking about flying cars and robots in your house cooking your dinner in the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, NVIDIA, quantum computing, Web 3.0, we're talking about flying cars and robots in your house. They already have it, just not for everyday people. So if that's what we're doing, why is the DMV still on paper? Legitimately, it's for the corruption. It's a way to, they're profiteering. Yeah, they cooking the books, man. Yeah, they cooking the books, man. Because look, it's like, okay, everybody else, even people who didn't want to go paperless, have gone paperless because just like, remember grandparents who didn't want a cell phone, who didn't want an iPhone? Everybody then gave in. It's 2025, bro. It's not 2005. It's not 06. Everybody gave in. Every grandparent, I'm never getting an iPhone. Everybody got one now. Everybody gave in. And most companies have gone paperless because it's just easier because the culture and the infrastructure, everything is paperless. So it just made more sense if you got a company, if you got a business in 2025, we're talking about 40 years past when people started going paperless. It's just like, it's too difficult to not be paperless in 2025. Why has the DMV not done so? It's corruption, bro. It's corruption, bro. And then you don't even talk about it.
Are you surprised? So one of the ways that, like one of the key tricks that the fraudsters pull is that they will use the fact that someone is marked as live, and as sort of just that social security number is marked as live in Social Security, and then get disability and unemployment insurance for a dead person. Because the databases don't talk to each other, all they got was from Social Security is like, is this person alive? Yes, they're not alive. It's falsely marked. Person is falsely marked as alive in Social Security. But they didn't. But that person, a fraudster can now get unemployment and disability from a dead person. This is happening all the time at scale.
Are you surprised at some of the legal efforts and some of the judges that have weighed in? There's about 8 or 10 now of these cases that are at least temporary holds. They're being challenged by the DOJ.
Right.
Are you surprised by that pushback?
Well, it's the DC Circuit is notorious for having a very far left bias, and when you look at the people close to some of these judges, where are they working? Oh, they're working at these NGOs. Oh, they're the ones getting this money.
Whoa! Did y'all hear that? Hey, this is a fabulous interview. It's being unrevealed to all. So what's happened? The judges are left leaning, and what are they connected to? They're connected to the end. It's a funnel. It's a pipeline. It's corrupt. Everybody's in on it. And the taxpayer, all of us in the chat, all of us who go to work, all of us who pay taxes, take our kid to public school, we are funding these pipelines. It's sad, bro. It's sad, bro.
A system that lacks corruption? It sounds like corruption to me.
Last thing, do you guys all see this as a patriotic duty? And is that really what this is about?
It's essential.
I do, 100%. I was running 5 businesses in Houston, and I left that. I left great people to do this, and my wonderful wife said, go for it. And here I am, but I feel like this is me giving back to the country.
If we don't do this, we're sunk. The ship, unless this exercise is successful, the ship of America will sink. That's why we're doing it.
Well, gentlemen, I really appreciate the time. Hassan, Interior Department.
So, Lancelot, you probably new here. You probably didn't see, but I would like you to subscribe and come back so you can get to know me and my channel a little bit more. But we talked about Elon Musk the other day with the JD Vance audio leak. And we had a great discussion about the JD Vance audio leak. And basically on this channel, we have like intellectual conversations, like you have to go a little bit deeper with your thought process. And what I share with my audience is with the JD Vance audio leak, when he's talking about Elon Musk, I said it doesn't matter if the audio is real or AI. What matters if all the issues real, which is why Lancelot had the opinion that he had. Because Elon Musk has struck a nerve with the American public. Lancelot said, you like Elon Musk. What I said is, we want JD Vance to run for president. We want the Republicans to keep the House, the Senate, and the presidency. We don't want the Democrats to get back in power. Elon Musk can't run for president. So it doesn't matter if the audio was real or fake. What matters is the proximity to power and what we all saw with our own eyes in the Oval Office. We saw Elon Musk standing, Trump sitting, and JD Vance in the peripheral. Depending on what audio, what outlet you watched, JD Vance wasn't even in the camera shot. I brought up Instagram models. I brought up the proximity to power. I said, Elon is positioned in a certain way physically, and people are not paying attention. This is why the audio and the AI went viral. It's not because whether or not it's real or not, or JD said those things. It's because the American people can see Elon Musk position proximity to power. Elon Musk standing next to Trump in front of a Tesla. We don't see JD Vance in the shot. That's purposely happening by the liberal media. They're exercising JD Vance out of the picture. Trump can't run again. I don't want to hand over the presidency to the Democrats because the Democrats is going to destroy everything that Trump has built. So I talked about that AI. It doesn't matter if that audio was real. What matters is, and this is what you need to know about computer programmers, is that the reason they created the audio, if it's fake, is because they knew there was this sentiment that Lancelot exposed, that people are upset with Elon Musk. People are upset with his proximity to power. People are upset with his proximity to power. People are upset with his proximity to power. Because we see him with our own eyes in the White House standing up. We see him with our own eyes next to Trump. We want to see the vice president next to Trump. We want people to be associated with the vice president so that people vote for him, follow him, not follow Elon Musk. So when that audio came out, what I said to the intellectual people who watch my channel is, it doesn't matter if it's AI. What matters are the issues being espoused in the audio being real, and they're being able, people who may not want Trump to be successful, being able to exacerbate the layman's vision, because the layman looks at the proximity to power. And I don't want to insult anybody, but that's the way things work. And if the layman associates Elon Musk with Trump more than they associate JD Vance, that could work against us. So it doesn't matter if the AI is real. So, but I can, Lancelot, I can compartmentalize. I also have a video giving roses to Elon Musk for SpaceX bringing back the NASA astronauts that have been stranded by Biden. I'm very grateful to Elon Musk and SpaceX. So I can say to Elon Musk, I thank you in this area, but sir, as a conservative Republican who wants the Democrats not to get the party back, you need to take a step back. All due respect. I like Doge. I like what's going on, but okay, for everybody listening to my opinion, when we look at this Doge committee, you know what's missing? This is huge, right? This may go down as one of the most influential things of this Trump presidency. But what's missing in the Doge committee? I'm not going to say it. Think about what I just said. Now, somebody, one of you geniuses in the chat, what's missing in this Doge interview, Doge committee, Doge conversations? Like, there may be a stimulus check associated with Doge. That's going to imprint on the layman. What's missing? Come on. I'm glad this is finally happening. These people, government peeps, have never been I agree. Government overspending and corruption last 30 years is why we're here. I agree. Two wars, Iraq war and Afghanistan war, and we left billions of dollars. We left people, Americans died when we left Afghanistan. I don't want to focus on the money, but it was horrible when we left Afghanistan. So back to my question, and Lancelot said Trump invited Elon there because Elon gives him more than Vance does. Thanks for the Discord, for sure. But I asked the question, what's missing? because Doge will go down as one of the most influential things that happened during this administration. Who's not there? To my point, I just said about the proximity to power in my conversation about Elon. Doge will be talked about. There's a crypto coin named after Doge. You know who should be sitting next to Elon Musk? JD Vance. Why am I the first one to say this? Some random black guy on YouTube. You know what's missing from the Doge committee? JD Vance. And if I'm JD Vance, I'm pissed. And I'm like, I need my own committee. I need something where the American people resonate, remember me, love me, so that I have a bully pulpit to run on when I run for president. Is this thing on? I could hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Is anybody got their thinking cap on? If you're JD Vance and you want to run for president and you're not even on the Doge committee, people will remember the Doge committee and the stimulus checks that come from the Doge committee. What do I have to run on? What do I have? He didn't even include me. If I'm on the phone to Trump, this motherfucker Elon Musk didn't even include me. He didn't even, he went to Fox News and did all of those billion. Let's look at it. These are, you know who run for president? Billionaires. You know, that's who run for president, billionaires.
You're a former oil company CEO. You're reviewing contracts before they're approved for funding. What do you find?
Well, Elon and Steve kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but
Elon and Steve, everybody on the Doge committee are billionaires and potentially individuals who might run for governor, Senate, or the presidency. It's almost like Elon is trying to cultivate JD's competition, because a lot of us didn't know who these people are. Now I know who they are. They're on the Doge committee. I love the Doge committee. Maybe I vote. They're conservative Republicans. If he comes up with a compelling argument, maybe I vote for this guy instead of voting for JD Vance. It's like, if I'm JD Vance, I'm freaking pissed, bro. I'm pissed. I'm not on the Doge committee. The Doge committee is full of billionaires who could rival me when I run for president. All of these guys are intellectual, good-looking white men.
I actually found that customer service survey contract. I actually have an example of one right here. I could have done this in high school.
Look at all these guys. Look at all these guys. It's like this can be all JD Vance's people who would either be his running mate or run against him. But the American people never would have known who these guys were if it weren't for Elon Musk and the Doge. Now, don't forget, Elon Musk put $250 million into the Trump campaign. Elon Musk could be getting horses right now for the race. Elon Musk could be like, I don't like JD Vance. Elon Musk could be looking for a new horse. The Doge committee purposely may not have JD Vance on it. Purposely might have attractive white billionaires that American people may relate to more than JD Vance. Is y'all paying attention? There's real shit happening right now. Thank you, Lancelot. Come on, man. Lancelot said, basic intelligence is missing. They are lighting fires in the house, trying to clean. They are going so fast that they are making crazy mistakes. The house needs to be clean. Correct. And that's why people are upset at Elon Musk. But it doesn't help the Republican ticket. And it damn sure don't help JD Vance. Answer that, Lancelot. Gregory Nichols said, you're right. Jackie said Trump already said he don't see Vance as president. Ooh. I remember. Oh, no. I remember. Oh, shit. I remember. I remember he said that. It's over. Okay, Jackie. Marvin, hey, what you doing now? Jackie, hey, what you doing? Hey, I'll be telling my age. Talk to me. Oh, talk to me. Marvin, hey, what you doing now? So look, Jackie, check this out. You know what I'll be thinking about also? That people be forgetting. Trump had 2 vice presidents the first time. Trump had 2 vice presidents. I think people forget. Trump fired the first. Trump fired the first. Don't nobody even remember that little small peanut head man. Don't nobody even talk about that little small. Y'all don't remember that little small peanut head man. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm not saying it didn't already happen. I'm not saying it. Jackie said it. Jackie. Oh shit. I'm not saying it. I didn't say it. I'm telling you, bro. People forget Trump had 2 vice presidents. Do y'all, somebody in the chat, $1 million question right now, Steve Harvey, $1 million question. Who was Trump's first vice president? Mike Pence was the guy who punked out on January 6th. Mike Pence is a punk. Mike Pence is a sucker. But he wasn't the person who ran for president with Trump. Who was the first vice president with Trump? This is why you're watching me. This is why I'm the host. All this research and reading and knowledge that I have, and this is why I have the opinions, and people be like, man, he said something smart. He said something good. Come on, somebody tell me in the chat, who was Trump's running mate? Who was the first vice president that got ousted? Mike Pence wasn't the guy, bro. Mike Pence, did y'all, come on, man. This is what the Democrats be dumbing us down, bro. It's not coming fast enough. It's a lot of smart people. Hit the like button, hit the double tap the screen. It's a lot of smart people in the chat. Y'all forgot. Mike Pence was not Trump's running mate. He did not win with Trump. Mike Pence was the second vice president in the Trump administration. Who forgot? Y'all forgot? Y'all gonna make me look it up? Y'all gonna make me look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. Y'all better put it in the chat. Who was Trump? Criminal Behavior TV said, advance facing competition in a few years is a good thing. You need to fight for power. I agree. Maria Morano says, Scott something. Come on, look it up. You got your Google, you got your phone, look it up. And I'm glad people forgot that was Mike Pence was not Trump's running mate. Mike Pence was not the first vice president. Trump VP before Pence. Who was the Trump VP before Pence? Come on, it should come up. But that wasn't the first one, bro. It's scrubbed like the internet is crazy. Did anybody put it in the chat yet? That's not the guy. You know why I remember him? Because he was racist and he gave a speech in front of the sheriffs and he talked about America being Anglo-Saxon. He did a lot of stupid shit to get fired. But who is his? I don't even remember his name. I'm the smart guy. Y'all could be roasting me in the chat right now because I can't find it. Nah, man. Okay, let me say, who was Trump running mate in 2016? Who was Trump running mate in 2016? Y'all was supposed to look this up. It wasn't Pence. Man, it was somebody else. It was somebody else. Fuck it. I don't want to spend the time. I remember a little peanut head. I remember a little peanut head white man. I could be wrong. I say I'm perfect. I'm not right. Let's get back to Elon. Where all these people came from. Hit the like button. All these people in here, man. Hit the like button. Criminal. Lynn Marie, look up Trump's top picks. Criminal behavior TV. Pence was the only vice president with Trump. Yeah, I could be wrong. I swear it was another guy. I'm gonna find it.
I found it.
Not bad.
I found it on the weekends because under the Biden administration, there was no departmental oversight within the Department of Interior whatsoever. None. We are now reviewing every single contract, every single grant, and when things come to my attention that don't make sense, I'm bringing them to Secretary Burgum, and he's been fantastic. He's a businessman. He's very supportive of Doge. It's been wonderful to work with him.
Is the battle between government of decades and decades of buildup and business, which you guys are, is that like a train hitting each other? I mean, it seems like it's pretty disruptive.
Well, this is a revolution, and I think it might be the biggest revolution in government since the original revolution. But at the end of the day, America is going to be in much better shape. America will be solvent. The critical programs that people depend upon will work, and it's going to be a fantastic future. But are we going to get a lot of complaints along the way? Absolutely. You know, one of the things I learned at PayPal was you know who complains the loudest and with the most amount of fake righteous indignation? The fraudsters. It's a tell. These NGOs that are crazy.
So I talked about that phone call. You know what I said about that phone call, that signal message? So we've been talking this morning about, you know, my past in IT and healthcare RT. We talked about going digital from paper. And one of those things with that whole conversion was, you know, working on a secure network. I had a remote laptop. I was given a RAS token. I had a VPN. I had the remote in. It was all secure because it's an EMR. It's electronic medical record. You got HIPAA violations. You got to be really secure with people's medical information. So it was a big deal. I had to go through DOJ background checks to get this job, right? So when they talk about Signal, so when I got to Kaiser, I was given a cell phone. I was given a laptop. What Tulsi Gabbard explained at the Congress and the Senate is that when you get to the CIA, remember, these are Trump's appointees, and there are people who are there who don't want Trump to be successful. So they give them these things. They preloaded software. They have preloaded, you know, you get preloaded contacts when you get a job at this level because there's people you have to talk to, and only those people. So I'm preloading them into the phone. I'm giving you the phone. You don't talk to this person with your personal phone. If you talk to this person, you use this phone. You never talk to this person on the other than the phone. This is what you get when you come to the CIA, FBI. Here is your government phone, and preloaded onto your government device is Signal. They said they gave us this device, and they gave it preloaded with Signal. They gave it to us preloaded with addresses, and said when you need to communicate, you use Signal. He didn't, Mike Waltz didn't download Signal. He's not using his personal phone. And then who's on the chat? Who's on that group chat? The vice president's on that group chat. The heads of state in the cabinet. There's no willy-nilly. There's no clowns on that group chat. The only clown on the group chat was the clown from the press who hates Trump, who was there under an assumed name. This is what I said. Check out this analogy. Imagine we're all in high school. We're all high school friends. We're all on the group chat. And then somehow someone who's opposed, an op to our friend group, gets accidentally added to the group chat under an assumed name. If they would have given their name and number, we would have known that they were an op. But they weren't in our group chat, our friend group, under their name. They're in our group chat under assumed name. They listened to personal information from our group chat. Next day at high school, they posted all over. How would you feel about that? Would you say, oh, y'all group chat, it didn't have enough security, or would that person be a piece of garbage? Would everybody be concerned about whether or not I secured the group chat, or would the person who was in the group chat under an assumed name and then released information that was not supposed to be privy to them, be a piece of garbage? Now, wait a minute. Let's qualify that. What if this is legal government information that could jeopardize citizens? Would that person need to be charged with a crime? Should that person leave the chat and contact the authorities? If I'm accidentally added to a senior official group chat with sensitive information, and I love my country, I leave the group chat. I contact the FBI immediately. Because what's bigger than Republican, Democrat, Trump, Biden is America. And it's something wrong with the Democrats. It's something wrong with the liberals because they don't get that. It's something wrong with the Democrats. It's something wrong with the liberals. If I'm on a group chat with the vice president under an assumed name and I know I ain't supposed to be there, I know I ain't supposed to hear none of this stuff, I'm getting off the group chat and calling the FBI. Hey, I'm calling my friend at the FBI. I don't know how it happened, but we need to double check what's going on with Signal. How does the reporter have access to Signal? If you think about the chain of events, the timeline, if Signal is an app given to CIA agents on a department phone, why does a journalist, if I'm I would think, I would assume, and it would be okay to assume it because of the level of encryption and security I've already gone through. I would assume everyone on the group chat is supposed to be there. Why would I assume that? Because this is not my cell phone. No one on the group chat is my friend. This is not my personal cell phone. I don't use Signal. I use Signal in this capacity only. Hello? I don't use Signal. I might use WhatsApp. I only use Signal in this capacity, in this position, in this role. And that's true for everybody in the group chat. We're all on Signal. That's why they can see the messages. My question is, why did the reporter have access to Signal? Does the reporter have a CIA cell phone? The reporter got on the TV and said I got added, I got asked to join. Why are you able to get on that CIA group chat? Do you have a CIA device? Do you have CIA level encryption signal on your phone? How did he get there? Why did he have access? And why didn't he leave and immediately contact authorities? They were under the cone of silence. ADG said prison for espionage. I agree. Han said, please say Malcolm is cool. Malcolm is cool. Amy Thompson said Elon is amazing. Let's get back to Doge then. Let's get back to Doge, man.
It exists. And just the one that just is in my head right now, which is a fairly mundane one, but I think is very illustrative, is credit cards. There are in the federal government around 4.6 million credit cards for around 2.3 to 2.4 million employees.
Wait a minute. 4 million credit cards for 2 million employees. Now, also, when I worked doing my implementation, I had a corporate expense account. So I know how that corruption works. And 4 million credit cards for 2 million people, that don't sound good. That don't sound good.
This doesn't make sense.
Right.
And so one of the things all of the teams have worked on is we've worked with the agencies and said, do you need all of these credit cards? Are they being used? Can you tell us physically where they are?
I hope they're getting frequent flyers.
Actually, on a different note, the rewards program the federal government has is actually not very good. That's a whole other...
It's a negotiation.
Right, yeah, exactly. But so far the teams have worked together and they've reduced it from 4.6 million to 4.3 million.
We're taking it easy. But clearly there should not be, more. There should not be more credit cards than there are people. Yeah.
Joe, middle-level employees, are they seeing a benefit to being empowered by taking out bureaucracy?
Absolutely. I think what you're seeing is taking the best of Silicon Valley and the business world and bringing it into the government. We're bringing the best practices and the best methodologies, and people are inspired. Right?
I think that's the CEO of Airbnb, you guys. I think that right there, that's the CEO, the billionaire CEO and creator of Airbnb. Like when we were joking earlier about JD Vance and his presidential potential, like it's not really a joke. These are some real competition right here.
Especially on the retirement process, which I can speak to. They've been trying to modernize and get off of paper since early 2000s, very unsuccessfully. Every attempt has gone over budget and been canceled because it hasn't been successful. And so, you know, I showed up and I feel like I'm here because it's an interesting problem. We can use design to solve it and good engineering and really create a better experience for everybody.
They've been trying to go paperless for 25 years. That's why I said earlier, we got the solutions to a lot of these problems already. We solved this problem already 20 years ago at the hospitals, at the military. We had the same antiquated, because there was culture change and shift. Doctors didn't want a chart in the computer. Doctors typically would have a scribe. Doctor walk around, Trapper John MD would walk around and people would write down the doctor's orders. And then we had to change it to the doctor sitting down and putting that into the computer before the patient gets a drug. And they was like, well, the patient might die. The patient might be in pain. It was a culture shift. It was not easy. For 25 years, our federal government has failed at going paperless. Just, okay, look, as we talk about corruption and how much, okay, let's say we take out the corruption. Just the fact that the federal government hasn't been able to go paperless costing us money. You know how much money we could save if we could just fix that problem? Let's take out the 300 million babies getting SBA loans, the 300 million dead people getting SBA loans, the 300 million dead people getting unemployment and disability. If we were just successful enough with these billionaires who run tech companies, who own spaceships, SpaceX and Tesla, if we just allow them to bring in software technology, Web 3.0, quantum computing, and fucking make America great again, why are we fucking in the 1950s with paper and rocks and fucking sticks? How much more efficient? I mean, when you go paperless, not only do you save money, but you make money because going forward, you're not spending that money. Just not even on the corruption. Just not, okay, maybe that should be the next big thing. So after Doge, if Doge doesn't do it, there should be an initiative to take America paperless and make America digital before we get the Web 3.0, before we get the quantum computing. We got the fucking CERN Higgs boson. We got what's another brand new item that they found? The quark, all this shit. And we on paper in America. That's probably why the CERN collider is not in America. That's why it's not here. Nothing is here. Nothing is built here. Dubai ain't here. The fastest train ain't here. The most advanced airport is not here. Nothing is here. Some airplanes can't even land here because our airports are so antiquated. Some of the best airplanes don't even come here. Some of the best trains is not here. The tallest skyscraper is not here.
We're talking about elementary financial controls that are necessary for any company to function. So, like, if the federal government, if a commercial company operated the way the federal government does, then it would be immediately go bankrupt. It would be delisted. The officers would be arrested. The changes we're putting.
It would be delisted. They would be arrested because they're operating with so much inefficiency that it almost called like I was watching something, the cult of personality, the cult of personality, the cult of personality. It's a culture. It almost cultivates corruption. You understand what I'm saying? When we're this antiquated, this outdated, when kids got iPhones and Apple Pay and everything's on paper, it almost cultivates corruption. You bring in a young kid into the DMV and all this money and paper, and a young kid got a cell phone and fast money, like, man, how can I steal from the DMV? The DMV shouldn't even be taking paper. It's too easy for me to steal. In these old systems, no one's really counting. What if I just throw away that piece of paper? It's like Den of Thieves Part 2. If everything in there is being counted on paper, what if I throw away this piece of paper? Is this bag of money disappeared right now? Why are we taking so much paper money in at the DMV? How easy is it to steal if you work at the DMV with those old antiquated systems? It cultivates, it's called the personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. It cultivates corruption. And you know what else? It exposes America. Okay, so when we talk about China and bots and people been talking about Israel and blackmail and Jeffrey Epstein, and how could America have a Jeffrey Epstein? How did we have these antiquated paper, rock, scissors systems? So it ain't even like, so for people thinking like China can't hack into us and Russia can't hack into us, hack into what? Hack into what? Yes, they can get whatever the fuck they want because our shit is bullshit. And we haven't spent the money, time, or concern. They wanted you to be concerned about tampons in the boys' bathroom. Tampons in the boys' bathroom. You weren't thinking about this. You weren't concerned about this. You didn't care about this. This has been happening and we've been talking about it in the chat. How long has this been happening? Where has the money been going? Who's the money been going to? It's a freaking pipeline. But the Democrats, after 2 wars, told you, don't worry about rebuilding America. You know what you should be concerned about? Who your child, who should not be having sex, is having sex with. My child shouldn't be having sex. All right, you guys. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Thank everybody. 16 people watching, 16 likes, 19 people watching. Double tap the screen to like the show. Happy Friday. I see you guys on Monday. I will upload some videos this weekend, clips of all the podcasts we've done this week. Anonymous Keys, shout out to you. Kevin Kev, shout out to you. M, shout out to you. Jackie, say what you're doing now. Marvin, talk to me. Oh, talk to me. Haynes Jacobs, ADG, Amy Thompson, Criminal Behavior TV. I'm gonna have to check out your channel, bro. Criminal Behavior TV. My brother, Ken Seeing Red, thank you for the super chat. Did y'all know y'all could super chat? You could cash app, $ Big D Reds, and you could join the channel for exclusive member-only videos. Excuse me. Don't forget, join the channel for exclusive member-only videos. Who is this? Lynn Marie. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful picture. Lynn Marie Salata. Beautiful name, beautiful picture. Look up Trump Top Picks. I will do that. Lynn Marie Nova. Shout out to Nova. Jay Mills. Maria. Shout out to Maria. Thank you for doing that research, Maria. Lancelot Straub. That's a strong white Anglo name. That's a good, strong Anglo-Saxon. That's a good, strong Viking. Valhalla. Shout out to Lancelot. Gregory Nichols. Native Live Talk. Thank you for coming through again, man. That's Nate's Live Talk. Thank you for coming through again and hanging out with us, man. Appreciate the support, man. Again, another YouTuber. I think I subscribed to your channel. I think I subscribed to your channel. I don't think I subscribed to Criminal Behavior TV though. You know, okay, I just subscribed. I got you subscribed right now. Let me look for Criminal Behavior TV. Let me find Criminal Minded. I saw KRS One live. You ever seen KRS One live? My brother took me to see KRS One live. It was pretty good. I didn't know KRS One was gonna talk all this shit about blacks not inventing hip hop. I'm like, man, KRS One, you on some bullshit. Who's that? Christy Tackett. I'm glad that this is finally happening. These people in the government. Yep, I read that. Shout out to you, Christy, another beautiful person. I'll be having some beautiful people in my chat. Even Lancelot. Lancelot got that profile pic. You know, Lancelot, you see Lancelot, the way he posed like this? He got the chest. He like, I'm a white man. Lancelot! I'm a white man. That's a damn good pose, Lancelot. That's a damn good pose. Robert from the Czech Republic. Nomadic. What's up, Nomadic? Back in the building. Good to see you. Keep coming through. Keep coming through. Curtis Knight, tell me more. Tell me more. Like, did he have a car? Tell me more. Tell me more. Did you get very far? Tell me more. Tell me more. Hit the like button. Hit the super chat. You want me to tell you more. And who is this? Rubes P. You good, OG? You good, OG? That's one of them black mama people. Your mama black. Your mama black. You didn't vote Democrat. Why you didn't vote Democrat? You must not love your mama. You must not love your mom. Nichols, J, USA, AF, Air Force, to everybody, all the servicemen in the chat, servicemen and service women, the service persons and service people, to everybody that serve, you know, and you might work in the government, you might be in the military. Shout out to you and thank you for your service. Brandy Ramsey, okay, Harold Joe, Kevin Daniels, BDBG, Kansas, X3 Info, smoking that shit. MD Sujmia. Everybody that came through, man, thank you. Support, salute. Lisa Jones, Aiden Young. Lisa Jones. Everybody, salute. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Prayer covering over y'all. May everyone be blessed and covered. Make America great again. Remember what I said about, y'all go listen to that JFK. Ask not what you could do for your country, but ask not what your country could do for you. Ask what you could do for your country. Man, that's so powerful. When I heard it, and when y'all hear JFK say it, and to make you think differently about Democrat, Republican, it ain't about Democrat, Republican. It's about America. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Imagine what it would be like living in America with that mind state. If we didn't all walk around needing a bottle, a binky, a blanket, looking for a handout. Oh, I need to buy soda with my food stamps. I need to buy shrimp with my food stamps. How about it's just good enough to have something to eat? Ask not what my country can do for you. You know what I'm saying? Ask not what the country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And I ask, how great would it be if that was the country we lived in, where the American citizen was more concerned about how they could participate in America and making America better versus and how America could benefit them. Because people come here because they all want to benefit. They come to America to make money, send money back to where they came from. But no one comes here and with the ideology of how can I help America? How can I make America better? That's what JFK said. I don't remember the last time I've heard that. Even the Democrats, they kept saying, oh, everybody come here so you can have a better life. My parents came here to have a better life. My parents came here to have, your parents came here to get something from America. And they got something, but what are you willing to give for what the fuck you got? That's a huge concept that we have missed. My parents came here to get money. Okay. What have you given to America for all the success and freedom? Freedom of religion, freedom of finances. For all the success and freedom you've received from coming to America, ask not what America can do for you. Provide you freedom, upward mobility, escape from oppression. Ask what you can do for America. Y'all want a lot for nothing. All the immigrants, Mad ICE, everybody, they want to come here. They on the TV say, I'm supposed to be able to come to America and get rich. No. JFK said, don't ask what America could do for you. Ask what you can do for your country, bro. That's how I'm gonna end the podcast. Salute. I'm out. I'll see y'all next. I'll see y'all Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Top of the mid-morning podcast from an OG perspective. Look for me 3:30 on the BGBD Gaming Debate Table and Battle of the Beats. But catch me back here live and subscribe to the channel. You can check out my thoughts on Elon Musk, Stephen A., Donald Trump, and look at my video on Jasmine Crockett. We had a good time talking about Jasmine Crockett. It's not a funny thing, her threats against Elon Musk, the violence that's been happening against Teslas. But if you've been wondering why Teslas have been on fire, go watch my video on Jasmine Crockett and the AG, the Attorney General, the top cop, and her addressing Jasmine Crockett's comments to Elon Musk. So thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Gave you guys some homework. Salute. Hit the like button. I see a lot of people coming in. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you to everybody coming in. Hit the like button. Everybody coming in right now, hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. You double tap the cell phone. Everybody that watch me is a little bit older. I think YouTube pushes me out to the 40-year-olds. You might not know how to like it. Double tap the screen. Hit the thumbs up. Salute.